All right. Hey guys, if you're listening to this podcast, you should probably find something else to listen to. But if you stick around, you might win some money.
Like,
Welcome to the Weekly Degeneracy. I'm Brogan. I'm joined by.
I'm
You got it.
Sean.
Yeah, there you go. Nick, hello, hello, hello.
And as you can hear, we are expert podcasters. Um all right. Well, yeah, welcome. Let's hop into something that's more enjoyable to listen to, huh? NFL divisions. So as we're recording this, the NFL season starts tomorrow. Super excited. Um, we're planning on walking through the different divisions here. Let's just start with the AFC, I guess. AFC East. Buffalo, Miami, New England, and the New York Jets. Sean or Nick, you guys got any vibes for that division this year?
Yeah, I
Uh,
can walk through the whole division. I can start on the bottom and then work our way up to the top because I feel like we know
All
where
right,
this is going.
yeah, yeah,
all
yeah,
right,
So
go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
at the bottom, I got the Patriots at 4-13. I know Vrabel's a good coach. Not buying the hype the first year. Not the best schedule, but somewhere kind of in the middle. I just don't. I don't. I think they underperform.
Dude, that's wild because I have the Patriots coming in at number two for the division.
All right,
Hmm.
hot
Yeah,
start.
yeah, no, that's quite a bit. I have the Dolphins at the bottom. I don't know how. I figured the Jets would have been at the bottom, but like I think the Dolphins are kind of a fucking dumpster fire of a franchise, especially with Tua just being unreliable and Tyreek Hill just I don't know.
All right.
Tyreek Hill's just
Well,
disappearing sometimes.
can I hop in here
You
quickly?
may.
Go for it.
Um, this is a little sneak peek, but I love the Dolphins over 7.5 wins this year. Now, why? Right? It's a big if, but if Tua's healthy, I think this team's a good team. Obviously, Tua's proven not to be healthy, so this could be. I'm probably going to be fucking eating these words in the future, but their front seven on defense is sneaky good. If guys like Jalen Phillips, Chubb, and Chop Robinson can stay healthy too, like I don't know. If the Dolphins can stay healthy, I think they have the pieces to be over 500. Their line
Right.
right now is about 7.5 wins. I know that's a big if. Um,
Is it seven
I
and a
do
half?
have a fun. I have a fun little trivia question here for you. Minka Fitzpatrick is back on the Finns. If you remember, he started his career with the Finns, then went to the Steelers. Can you name, without looking, the Finns starting cornerbacks?
Oh fuck.
And I'll give
Howard's
you
Howard's retired,
one.
right?
Right. One name is like a super common name, and the other name might be the best name in the NFL.
Oh no.
All right. Clearly you don't know it.
I'll bite.
Jack Jones is number one,
Yep.
but
All
their other
right.
corner, Storm Duck,
Storm
right?
Doc.
Okay.
So if the Finns have a glaring hole, it's probably their secondary, but they do have Minka back there. They have the 21st ranked strength of schedule going by last year's win percentages, which probably means nothing. But anyways, I'm pretty high in the Dolphins. Me personally, I'm going Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, Jets. Um, I don't know. I feel like the Jets are the Jets, right? I do like the Patriots this year, but I'm also high in the Dolphins. So
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't
So the
know
Jets, I
how.
got the Jets at 6-11 in my third team coming out of the AFC East.
That's funny. I also
Very
have the Jets pegged at 6-11 too.
yeah. I mean, they're gonna abuse Justin Fields this year. He's essentially a rent a car. You're gonna run that thing into the ground. You're gonna like burn out some cigarettes on the ash. It's gonna be bad. But the anytime touchdowns, that's gonna be fun. It's gonna be real fun.
Dude, I don't know. I'm kind of high a little bit on the Patriots because I kind of like I like good old Drake May. And I liked what I saw out of him last year. And with him just getting more weapons on offense and getting an actual coach that isn't dog shit, I think the Patriots go 9-8 this year. Not anything like too scary good, but like I don't know. I feel like the Patriots might be slept on a little bit personally. That's just me though.
All right, and then the team everybody's probably waiting for, the Bills, who kind of ran that division lately.
Oh yeah, I got the Bills at like. See what I had them. Yeah, I had them projected at 14-3. Oh, side note, I had the Dolphins at 10-7. I believe in Tua. They're
Love
not going
that.
to win a playoff game because wetsuit Tua is
Right.
a real thing, and he probably isn't even going to be starting by then. But they were able to win games with was it Matt Moore back there, so I'm not even concerned. Yeah, Dolphins 10-7, Bills 14-3 or 13 and
Love it.
4. Sorry.
Dude, I had the Bills at 12-5.
Okay.
I don't know. The Bills are great. Their record or their schedule this year is a little bit rough in some situations where it's just like they're playing a lot of really good teams. So it's kind of tough to like win every single week when you're playing so many good fucking teams, you know?
Well, they're playing really good teams, but they got them all at home. It was a semi-favorable schedule if you're gonna play some of those. Like if you're gonna play a Ravens at home and some of those teams. So,
Yeah.
and apparently last year at the stadium, I have no idea what it's called before they get their new one.
Yeah, so I'm looking at DraftKings and what? So we came to the consensus that like the Bills like win total is probably going to be over 12 wins. That's minus
And a
170.
half, 12.
Yeah, that's minus 175. So I don't know. I don't know if I like those odds for the Bills. Like that's just like not enticing enough to like bet on a team to win 12 games in my humble opinion. You know what I mean?
No, and Josh Allen's been a tank for him, but you're just betting that he plays all 17 games this year at essentially 170 because if he's healthy, there's no way that they don't smash that over.
Yeah. I don't know. Bergen, how do you feel about that? Like minus 175 for 11 and a half wins.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm a pretty risk-free better. I try to stay to straights, and in my opinion, if you're taking a team over 11 and a half wins, there's a lot that has to go right for your season, even if you're talented to get to that mark. Obviously, the Bills have the talent, and I do. I mean, if I had to, I would take the over. But yeah, I mean, you said that was what, minus 170,
175.
minus 150,
175.
right? I mean, that's some pretty serious change you got to put on that to make it worth your time. So, um, I don't know. I don't love it from a betting standpoint, but yeah, I mean, I think Bills are obviously going to be one of the favorites in the AFC this year, consensus wise.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And then like 12 and a half is plus 125, so there's a large disparity between that one game and I'm not comfortable betting that personally.
Yeah.
That's just not good enough for me. What about the AFC South? Are we good with the East? Are we
East, yeah.
good with the South? Want to go into the South?
Yeah.
All right.
Hmm.
What do you guys think? I think the Colts are like like one of the worst teams in the league. Fuck the Colts. They're bad. I think the Browns might have a better record than them this year, unironically.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I have the Colts as one of the worst teams in football, but weirdly with tiebreakers, don't have them as the worst team in the AFC South. I actually got the Titans coming in at 3-14 as the worst team in the AFC South. Just
Nah,
because, yeah, yeah, they're
nah.
as someone that had a vested interest in the Titans last year, they're bad. They didn't get a whole lot better, and they let their yeah, they let some people go that they really should not have let go.
I don't know,
The
dude.
one cat's name, their leading receiver, they let him go, which is he's now currently on the Dolphins. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce his name. I'm gonna butcher that thing, but
No, please let it rip.
Yeah, yeah. Just
I
let's
don't
hear it.
even.
Let's hear it.
All right. No, I mean I just straight up forgot it because I just was like, I'm never gonna need to say that again.
Was it Traylon
But no,
Burks? Is that what you're thinking of?
no. Traylon Burks, I
Oh
think
no, no,
retired
no.
because
He's
he
like,
couldn't live
yeah,
up to
he's hurt
AJ
still. Yeah,
Brown's.
he sucks.
You
Dude.
know, he's not great.
Dude, I have the Titans going 9-8 because I think Cam Ward is
What?
unironically gonna be kind of good.
Did you just say 9-8?
Yeah.
Huh?
Crazy.
9-8, baby.
Doing drugs?
Dude, I'm saying it with my chest. 9-8.
That's a hot take.
Dude, look at their schedule. Look at their schedule. All right.
Probably.
Shut the fuck up. Dude, look at their schedule. Go through their fucking schedule.
Everybody listening. Obviously, the way NFL schedules work is teams play two different divisions, right? And then based off of how you play your own division and you play two games against everybody in your division, but then you also play two divisions outside of your division, every team in that division. And then outside of that, whatever divisions are left, you play whatever team got the same rank the last season as you in their division. So it looks like the Titans this year have both the NFC West and the AFC West. Is that right? So, I mean, that's pretty stiff competition, is it not? I mean, the AFC West outside of the Raiders might be pretty strong. So,
You just wait till my Raiders takes.
right, and then I mean, NFC West, you got San Francisco, you got Seattle, you got Arizona, the Rams. I mean,
Hold
again,
on.
another division that I don't see as that weak. I mean,
I gotta sell you on this real quick, okay? Week one,
yeah.
Week 1 Broncos, they lose. Okay,
Yep.
they just lose. Week 2, where the fuck are they at? They play
Playing the Rams.
The Rams lose. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Week 3, they play the Colts. Insta dub.
Yep.
Week 4, they play the where are
Houston.
they at?
Excellent.
Houston lose. CJ Stroud sucks.
Then at Arizona, I
And
got
then-
you with the schedule at Arizona.
At Arizona, who I have the Titans beating Arizona, unironically, because I
Then-
don't really like Kyler Murray. Okay.
And then at Raiders, so they have a three week away stretch there. That's going to be tough.
I have them sneaking out against the Raiders. It's going to be a
all
closer
right.
game. That one I could see like more of a
Hard
coin
take.
flip. All right. Okay. Now would I? Where's the fucking Titans on this week? Is this their bye week?
No, then they play the Patriots.
Oh yeah, Patriots beat the Titans. Okay, that's
Okay.
fine.
And they play the Colts again at
The
Indianapolis this time.
They beat the Colts. Colts dog shit. I don't care. Then they
then
sneak
they
one
play-
out against the Chargers. Sneak one out against the Chargers.
All right.
Okay.
So timeout. So now we're going into week 10, which is their bye week. So you have the Titans at 6-3 going into their bye week.
Do I actually?
That's so
Right.
aggressive.
Do I
That's just what
really?
I counted because you're losing to Denver, losing to LA, and then I think losing to Houston. But then
Yeah,
you have
losing
them
to
winning. Right. So you got a 1-3 start, and then they're gonna rattle off 5 in a row before their bye week. So 6-3 going into the bye week.
Yeah, Cam Ward gets hot.
Right. Okay.
So-
then they have their bye week,
Their bye week is which week?
week 10.
Week 10? Okay, hold up. I was scrolling through. They lose to Houston again. They go 1-2 against Houston. They beat the Sea Chickens.
Okay. So
All right.
that's 7 wins.
They lose to the Jags.
Okay.
They beat the Browns.
Yep.
They where are they at on my screen?
Assume lose to the Niners, then lose to Kansas City, probably
Yep.
beat the Saints,
Beat the Saints.
and then lose to Jacksonville to end it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yep.
All right. Well, that
No.
does get you to 9-8.
It's not the most unreasonable
did
thing.
you-
Now, would I bet on them going 9-8? No. But I'm looking at the
No.
regular season win total. It's fucking plus money at 6.5 wins. I'm hammering that at 7.
How much Cam Ward did you
What?
watch in college? How much Cam
enough.
Ward did you watch in college?
I watched, baby.
Okay.
I watch his highlights, man. I watch his highlights and I watch his work ethic.
Highlights, okay.
Watch his
All
work
right,
ethic,
hang on.
baby.
You said you were betting the Titans at plus money.
Yeah.
So 6.5 wins over,
Yeah.
right?
Plus 110.
And all right, plus 110. Love that. All right. Well, we spent a lot of times in the Titans. I'm sure anybody that was listening has already left the building. How about you take over your AFC South predictions?
Anybody
me?
else
All right,
besides me?
so-
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Go ahead.
I had the Titans on the opposite end of that, 3-14. again, so the key loss of Nick Westbrook-Akine, I guess I can say it,
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
of nine touchdowns last year. I don't know where they're getting production elsewhere. I mean, the dude that was hurt, he just retired. Traylon Burks can't.
Hmm.
I mean, they got Tony Pollard out of the backfield. That's going to be fun. But yeah, I don't see Cam Ward. Cam Ward is a little bit more, slightly more polished than Will Levis. I'll give you that. But I don't see them making a jump. What did they win? 3 games last year? Because they did nothing to really bolster that O line. The defense will be fine, but I don't see it. Colts I think are going to be dog shit too. I think Colts are going 3-14 as well. I got a lot of wins coming from the top two teams in this division, but
Same.
yeah, I don't think Colts are going to be good. I don't think anyone. I've sipped too much of the Daniel Jones Kool-Aid, and he's a starter. Free neck injury. All right, you could probably convince me, but not anymore. T.Y. Hilton's not coming through that door anytime soon to save the franchise, so it's over. They got Jonathan Taylor. Cool, he's going to run for a bunch of yards. That's about it. That's all they got going for him.
All right, so where do you put fucking? How many wins do the Jags and Texans get? I have them both at 11 and
So
6.
I like this. So I got the Texans coming in at second place at
Oh,
10-7. I got the
okay.
Texans 10-7. So I think they've been what, 10-7, 11-6. They've been flirting with that good but not great for the last couple of years. I see them pretty much standing pat with that. I don't think they did a whole lot. They lost Stephon Diggs. That didn't really hurt them a whole lot. He got hurt near the end of the year. I think they're going to be much of the same. They're going to be a good team, a tough out for good teams, and they'll just stomp the bad teams. And then I got the Jacksonville Jaguars at 11-6, winning this division. Now, you boys probably have heard the Duval with Liam Cohen.
Oh,
Let me just give you his coaching tree, and I'll tell you why I'm on him. And I backed the wrong horse a while ago. So Jags right now, Buccaneers head coach. Now, obviously, I love Baker. Brogan, I know you love Baker, but
Love
Baker
Baker.
wasn't necessarily. He was good to above average. Liam Cohen gets a hold of him. Boom, career year in touchdowns, usage rate, completion percentage, all that stuff. He was at Kentucky 2023, sure. Rams offensive coordinator under McVay 2022. I want to highlight 2021. He was Kentucky offensive coordinator and quarterback coach. Can anyone name the starting quarterback for Kentucky in 2021?
Would that be our Lord and Savior Will Levis?
You would be correct. It would be Will Levis. So it might be safe to say that Liam Cohen got Will Levis drafted.
oh,
I clearly backed the wrong horse last year with Will Levis. I'm not making the same mistake again. I'm going with his coach. I have a very small ticket on Liam Cohen at 12-1 to win Coach of the Year, and the Jags to smash their season over.
Yeah,
what
I
is
love the
their?
Jags too.
I'm also on the Jags. I have the Texans winning the division, but like I think the Jags are gonna have the same record. It's just the Texans are gonna beat them in tiebreakers. But like, dude, the I feel like Trevor Lawrence gets a lot of hate for stuff that's been out of his control for the most part. Like what? The Jags win total at 8.5 is plus 140. Like that's a hammer, in my
I
humble
did
opinion.
I did a ladder play with the Jags win. I just bet them. I think I bet them at when I could get it at 6.5 or 7.5 over, and then I did about an 8.5 wins with the Jags.
Yeah, dude, that 8.5 win total for the Jags at plus 140. I think like that one's a for sure thing, right? Like, are we unanimous here for 8.5 wins plus money? Brogan, huh?
I will not be putting it under my statistical category. I'm not that
Oh
confident in
yeah,
it, but
you can lock me in for that.
Dude, you can
I
lock me in for
do.
that.
Okay, I do like the Jags. The only concern with the Jags is, I guess, just playmakers. I mean, obviously they have Brian Thomas Jr., who made a leap last year, but I mean, Travis Hunter, does his game translate to the NFL? Probably, but he's
would say
also
so.
undersized. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a little guy. Um, and I don't know. You see guys in college that destroy college level ball, but then you move to the NFL and it's completely different. Not trying to hate on him here. Obviously, Heisman winner. He can do great things. What I'm trying to say is you got Trevor Lawrence leading some young studs. Brand new coach, first time NFL coach. I see the path for disaster. I don't believe in the path for disaster, but I can clearly see how this could be another terrible season in Jacksonville potentially.
Mm.
All right, we have gotten through two divisions and we're rambling. I feel like so.
Nah.
Let's keep moving through the divisions here.
All right, let's go to the
Um,
West.
yep, AFC West. One of you guys want to lead us off with your picks for the West?
I
Sure,
mean,
I'll start. I'm
yeah,
high. I'm
yeah,
high on this team, but they're going to finish in the bottom of the division. I got the Raiders at 7-10.
yeah. I
That's
actually
all
have
there
the
is to say
Raiders
about that.
being 8-9 this year, like slightly better. I think
yeah.
Geno Smith is a little bit slept on too. Like Geno Smith was a very, very solid quarterback for the Sea Chickens for however long he played there. Like he was good. And the Raiders have Genty and Bowers and fuck. I don't even know who they have for wide receivers now. Now that they lost
Amari Cooper, brother.
they got
Yeah,
Amari
they
Cooper
re-signed.
back?
They
Yeah.
re-signed Coop.
Well, look at that. I think what's their win total at right now? At over
Six
seven and
and
a
a
half
half.
wins, it's plus 140. I don't know if I would take that, but it's not the worst thing I've ever heard of.
All right, so Nick's decently high in the Raiders. Sean's unfortunately thinking they're finishing last. Sean, who you got finishing third in that AFC West division?
Third place, I have the Broncos. I'm not quite there. I'm not a full-fledged believer yet. But we're getting there. We're getting there. I think he's good. He's showing the intangibles. I mean, Sean Payton's he's he elevates quarterbacks play very similar to Geno Smith. His ability to he has a pretty high floor, just a low ceiling. I think Bo Nix will get there and he'll kind of break through that ceiling, just not quite yet.
Mm-hmm.
I have
Nick, any thoughts on the Broncos?
I have the Broncos coming in second in the division. I have the Chargers actually coming in third. I feel like it's kind of a very competitive division. I have the Broncos going 11-6 and the Chargers 10-7. So like one game can be interchangeable with the two, right? Like it's not an end all be all. Number two for them is pretty muddled in my opinion, but I don't know. I like the Broncos a little bit better, just because they have a very very solid defense with a nice up and coming rookie quarterback. So I don't know. I'm a little bit of a believer, and obviously the Chiefs at number one because Chiefs.
Yeah,
I thought you were
yeah.
gonna
I
say
got
Taylor
Harbaugh.
Swift.
I got Harbaugh at 11-6, Broncos 10-7, Chiefs 14-13. So yeah, just
14-3?
take your money. It's a safe investment.
Dude,
Yeah.
what's the Broncos win total at? Hold up, I need to see this. Where's Denver at on here? Denver's win total at plus 10. Ooh, I don't want that. Never mind. That's pretty
Yeah,
cheap.
I mean,
Probably
right.
9.5.
There's the Broncos are kind of everyone's darling this year. I feel like looking at social media, looking at the betting lines, there's a lot of people expecting the Broncos to do good things this year. So that line seems like it's right at that step where it's a little scary to take the over, but also it's taking the under is a scary bet as well. I feel like so
Vegas
good
knows what
line
they're
by the
doing there.
books, right?
I would stay away from that. Like, that's just, yeah, I completely agree. It's just a scary line. It's like right on that edge where, like, if they have one bad game where they just get their fucking backs blown out like Riley Reed, it's just like they just lose, like you just lose your bet. And I'm not willing to take that.
Any season win totals for any of the AFC West teams from either of you guys? Because I don't have anything for this division, but
No.
No, I mean I should have got in on the Chiefs and like May or June, but I got nothing.
Yeah, nothing for this division.
All right, let's keep her moving. AFC North, our last AFC division. Typically the bloodbath of the AFC, some may call it. You got the Bengals, the Browns, the Steelers, the Ravens.
Yeah,
I mean,
my floor is incredibly high for this one.
so yeah, Sean, why don't you take it away?
So I got the Browns coming in at fourth place at 9-8 in this division. So anytime you get a
Wow.
above
What?
500 team as the last
Wow.
place team,
What?
yeah, I was looking through that my season prediction, and I'm like, how did this happen? But I mean, Kevin Stefanski, 2-time Coach of the Year, kind of got his back against the wall in terms of choosing a good quarterback. I mean, they got my boy Flacco. He's going to be, as long as he's able to play, he's going to be serviceable. He'll be fine. But if not, I hope Shador would be the answer, but we might not see him till week 5 or 6. I mean, they traded old Carl Wentz, so he's gone. Makes it the headache a little bit less, but they still got Dylan Gabriel, who I was never a believer of him when he was with the Ducks, quack quack. But yeah, so I'm hoping that it'll just be a two-headed QB room with Flacco and Shador, and then I mean they got playmakers all around. They got like Myles Garrett. They got oh shit, I'm blanking on the guys. The DB that Packers have always been in trade talks with, but never pulled the trigger. I think he was from Northwestern.
Dude, that's
Oh,
wild.
Newsom.
Hmm.
Yeah, they got
Oh,
Newsom. I'm just I don't know. I'm high on the Browns.
Okay, what are the
all right.
Steelers and Bengals records? What do you have them
I got
at, Sean?
Bengals and Steelers both at 10-7, but Bengals finished third, Steelers finished second with the tiebreaker. I mean, you want to autoplay system bet Mike Tomlin. They got it there. I've been preaching this one since it came out, and it's plus money at 8.5 wins. Get the fuck out of here. That's gonna hit.
For the
They'll have that shit
Steelers?
wrapped up.
Yeah. So this is
Oh,
also jumping in here. This is one of my season totals that I would also be hammering.
Yeah,
You know,
that's a system
the
play.
the common saying, death, taxes, Mike Tomlin going over 500. I mean, until proven otherwise, how are you not betting this? Especially like Sean brought up when it's plus money. I mean, what are we doing here?
are you
So
are you getting plus money at 8.5 or 9.5 wins for the Steelers?
Plus money at 8.5.
eight
Uh,
8.5, yeah.
I'm seeing right now it's minus 125.
Well,
Oh,
yeah. So you
clearly
got
my
to shop
bets have
around.
changed it.
Yeah, this is DK.
FanDuel had it at 105 when I plus 105 when I checked last. So Sean, I don't know what plus money you got it at. Maybe the world is hopping on this train, but yeah, I mean Steelers over 8.5 is
Yeah.
it's got to be hit.
I get a little bit of cold feet once you get to like 9.5. I'm still an Aaron Rodgers believer, as you guys know. I'm still a homer with him. But 9.5 is where I kind of draw the line where I'm like, I don't know if I would bet 9.5, but 8.5 is a pretty for sure bet. But from what I'm seeing on DK, it's minus money, so I'm not gonna make that bet. But I could definitely see why you would if you just want free
It's
money.
all right. It's a coward's way out.
If you want free money, man, make the bet, bro. Make the bet.
Then it sounds like you guys both have the Ravens as winning that division. No shocker there.
Yes, I have the Ravens at 14-3 and the best record in the AFC.
I have them at 13
Love
and
that.
4. What's
Yeah,
their
makes sense.
But like I wouldn't bet on that though. Like looking at their win totals, like you only get to plus money at 12.5 wins at 150. So it's like, ah,
Right.
shit can happen.
Again,
That's a lot of wins.
yeah. Right. What I brought up before is I don't know. I like finding the win totals personally that are around that middle of the pack or lower of the pack that you think people can outperform. Um, nothing like Lamar having a devastating injury and then not only are you upset that you don't get to watch Lamar play anymore, you lost your win totals bet the instant that he goes down. So,
Now they did
anyways,
win with Snoop though.
right, but Snoop ain't there no more, right?
I know he's
Was
down. Is he down in Miami?
He was the last I knew of him. I mean, I don't keep
All right.
tabs on him personally, but
That Steelers over was plus 110 when I got it in
Yeah, that's a good
April.
over.
So got to get to the books
yeah.
quick.
Yeah, you gotta
Well,
get
as
that
of
quick.
yesterday, you could get it for 105 on FanDuel. So
Mm.
Okay.
shop around, you might be able to find a good line still.
So NFC with NFC South. What are we thinking here, boys?
Sure.
Oh, and
So
sorry,
this is
just to close that conversation on the Ravens. If Lamar goes down, guess who's number 2 on the Ravens depth chart as of today?
oh God.
Cooper Rush.
No.
So I don't know
Oh,
if Cooper
a
Rush
rush show.
ain't
Yeah.
he ain't Snoop, he ain't Lamar.
Oh,
I don't know if
he might
I
win you a
would kind of
couple
like
wins.
to see
But
him run that offense.
dude, that defense is gritty. They could win games 10-3.
That's a good point.
They could.
All right,
As
sorry
long as it's not in division, I think they'll be all right.
sorry for that derailment. Let's go back. Let's start. Yeah, NFC South. Typically another just bloodbath division in the NFC. Usually it seems like nobody in this division actually wants to win the division. Yeah,
It-
Nick or Sean, go ahead.
I have it like stupid muddled. I have the Buccaneers winning it at 9-8, but I have the Panthers at
Sounds
7
right.
and 10, Falcons at 7 and 10, and Saints at 5 and 12. So like, I don't know.
I'll work my way from top to bottom on that one. I got the not Panthers. I have the Bucks at 12-5 winning the division.
Oh,
Massive gap between that and second place. I have the Panthers coming up with Ted McMillan. Now I own a stock in him in fantasy football, so I feel like I'm even more invested. At 7-10, I got the Falcons coming in at 6-11, and then I have the Saints at 2-15.
okay.
And I also, you can mark this one down. I got it at 4-1 with the Saints to finish the worst record in the NFL.
Okay.
Saints are gonna be so fucking terrible this year.
Who's going to be worse, Colts or Saints? Like, I think the Colts are going to be
Saints
worse than
by
the
a mile.
Saints.
Saints by a mile. Daniel Jones has
Good.
won games before and started games. There are
That being
maybe
4-1 seems ridiculous.
no, it should be a lot more. I completely agree. But between Spencer Rattler and Tyler Slough and Jake
Yeah.
Hayner, that's got to be 2 combined NFL starts. Like Spencer Rattler sucks. We all watched what Green Bay did to him when Green Bay's defense was,
Yeah.
granted, it was above average, but it's awful. Decision making, pocket awareness, terrible.
How many wins do you
Yeah.
have them at,
No,
Sean?
I have them at 2-15. I think they're going to be the worst team, and they might win 2 games.
Sorry, bro. I didn't mean to cut you off. Holy shit. That's.
well, no,
I get it.
I wanted to get us off this garbage talk and talk more about the rulers of this division, in my opinion, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Sean, I think you had them for 12 wins. I also like the Bucks a lot this year. I'm not going to take their over the win total, but they are like my personal team outside of rooting for the Packers. I'm rooting for the Bucks this year. Like you guys, I mean, you look at this division, they get to play the Falcons, Saints, and Panthers twice. They should sweep that, right? So they should have 6 wins just in their division. I don't know. I like the Bucks. I'm a big Baker fan. I'm high on the Bucks this year.
Yeah, I think the Bucks are going to be really, really good this year. I am a little concerned about their interior guard from Iowa. This is I do a great job of recalling players, but not their actual names.
Tristan Wirfs.
Yeah, Tristan Wirfs. Didn't he go
Yeah.
down in camp pretty early on? He's going to be missing at least the first four weeks of the season.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't know the exact timeline, but I do believe you are correct with him
Yeah, so
getting
like
injured.
that's my only pause for concern, but I think they're going to be able to persevere with everybody else. I mean, the Mike Evans anytime touchdown, pretty much a system play. Mike Evans,
Mhm.
what's he at? 700 yards right now at minus money.
Yeah,
You might as well get that in before it gets any worse.
right.
Okay, what about the West? We all good with the South?
Yeah.
Good to go to
Mhm.
the West.
Yeah, we can attempt to start burning through some of these.
Yeah, let's just burn through the
the-
West because this is like another. This reminds me of the South where it's like just muddled as fuck. I have the Niners winning
So
it. Where I going top down. Niners, Cards, Rams, Sea Chickens. I'm not a
Interesting.
big believer in the Rams, especially with Matthew Stafford's like back injury. And you can mark me
what
down
do
for
you
this
mean?
one,
They announced him week 1.
Matt. Dude, Rams under. I love the Rams under 9.5 wins for plus 120. I I I don't believe it. Like I feel like he goes
Under
down
9.5.
under 9.5 for plus 120. I don't think the Rams are going to be that
No.
great this year. I'm going to hammer that.
I mean, my prediction isn't crazy compared to the over underline. I got the Rams winning the division at 10-7. Through tiebreaker scenarios, I got the Niners at 10-7. Then I got the Cardinals at 6-11, and I have the Seahawks at 6-11. So not high ceiling, not low, not crazy low floor. I mean, it's going to be a dogfight. It always is. The NFC West is it's a tough one to predict. I don't feel great necessarily. We're one Christian McCaffrey soft tissue injury away from the Niners being the going 4 or 5 wins again this season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they traded for Brian Robinson. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh
but-
yeah,
Yeah.
guy that
Well,
also got shot. He can join
Right.
him and Pearsall.
exactly right. I mean, that's kind of what the Niners are turning into. I don't
Yeah.
know. I clearly don't have the total records like Nick and Sean do, but I do like the Niners to win that division. I think they're gonna have a bounce back year. Obviously, last year was pretty rough for them. I do think the Rams will come in second. Cardinals will be third, and the Seahawks will be last. I am also pretty bearish on the Seahawks. I don't think the Sam Darnold experiment's going to work out as well there as it did in Minnesota. I almost would bet they're under, but I don't know. It seems like that division's always pretty close and pretty tough. So I could also see them. I think their under is. I think they're at like 7.5, 8.5 wins.
Yeah.
It just seemed right around where the Seahawks could get to. So not going to bet it, but I am not impressed by the Seahawks, I guess.
All right, Brogan, take us to the East.
Yeah, the East. And it seems like this is one of those divisions that also seems like there was. I don't know if it's still true, but like every year there's a new winner in that division. Nobody likes to repeat. Obviously, the defending Super Bowl champion Eagles are in that division, and you got the Cowboys, the Commanders, and Giants. I'll run through mine quickly. I think the Eagles are going to win it again. I think the Commanders will be second, Cowboys in third, and then unfortunately Russell Wilson and the Giants ending up last in that division.
I have my board panning out the same exact way that you just said. I actually have doubt. Like I have the Eagles at 13-4, the Commanders at 10-7. I think Daniels takes a little bit of a step back. He's still a great quarterback. Don't get me wrong, but sophomore slumps catch everybody in the fucking ass, right? Like, it just happens with quarterbacks. The league just figures them out, and they usually take a little bit of a step back. But Jaden Daniels is good. He's going to figure out a way to win. I have the Cowboys going like 6-11 this year. All right, I don't really have them winning a whole lot of division games, and I feel like it's gonna be tough for them to like do anything. Personally, especially
Yep.
losing Micah.
Sean?
So pretty similar. A couple key differences though. So I also have the Eagles going 13-4.
Hey,
And the number 1 seed in the NFC. Oh no, sorry, number 2 seed. Can't
Okay.
read. Shocker. Then I got the Redskins going 10-7. I like to be politically correct around here. I like to honor the wishes of our fellow Native American tribes that like to want them recognized. So I will do that. 10-7 for the Skins. Then I got the New York Football Giants going 8-9.
stop.
That's also an autoplay for me. We can book the Giants over.
Stop. You do that
Does it
every
hit?
year.
Not often. Not
Has
often.
it ever hit for you?
Not the one year that I bet it, or I should have bet it, but they made the playoffs.
Every year
Fluke
that
have
you've
the-
bet the
Jones year
Giants
before.
over win totals, I don't think they've ever hit it.
No, but this is a different year, dude. They got Russell Wilson. He's going to be, it's the best quarterback situation they have. And then they got the crab-legged crusader and Jameis Winston himself. If he goes down, when he goes down, actually probably by week 6, that'll just be a fun time to watch. And then if Jameis ain't the answer, they got Jackson Dart, dude. Jackson Dart rules.
Fair.
All right.
Yeah, so I got them
All
at
right.
8 and 9, and then I got the Cowboys at 4 and 13. I was not
Wow.
high on them
Oh
when they
my
had
God.
Micah Parsons, and guess what? They got worse because Micah Parsons is no longer on the team.
Dude.
That defense was like one of the top 5, top 6 in the league when he was on the field. The second he left, it was on the sideline, became a bottom third. Absolutely, not going to be there the whole season. It's going to be tough. It's going to be real tough.
Sean, are you gonna hammer the Cowboys under 6.5? It's
Oh,
plus
yeah, no.
125.
Oh, I think I got them when it was 7.5. I bet the under at 7.5. So that was
Oh, okay, that's pretty.
that's one of
comfortable.
my locks this year. Yeah, no, I don't think
Okay.
Cowboys are going to be good at all.
All right, Brogan, you want
And
to
then
take us to
obviously
oh,
give me the Giants over
Stop.
6.5. You kidding me? Get the fuck out of here.
dude.
You have the odds on that 6.5.
I'll get the odds. Hold up. The
Here, I'll-
New York Giants
What else?
6.5 wins is plus 125.
Right. And then what are we throwing those odds for the Cowboys under 7.5 since you got on that early?
Right. Check here. Oh,
We can
and
get it
then,
later too.
we can throw out a small sprinkle on Malik Neighbors, offensive player of the year too. You got that one.
All right.
I got that one. So I got that one boosted. So I got that one normally 30-1, but I got it plus 37.50.
Wow.
They got a
What is up
quarterback
with
that can
you and
throw
the
the deep. They got
Giants?
multiple quarterbacks that can throw the deep ball. I mean, I love Malik Neighbors last year, and I drafted Cam Scatterbo. So
Dude, you've been on the
Oh.
Giants hype train for like the past, I think, like 7 years now. Like, I don't remember
Yeah.
the last time you haven't bet on the Giants.
Oh yeah. Oh, it wasn't even 6.5. I thought it was 6.5. I got the over at 5.5 at plus 115. Lovely.
Okay, and then your
It was
Cowboys
6.5.
under 7.5. Do you have that one?
Under, yes. I will pull that one. Let's see here. Yeah, right internally. Just walked past my Jacob Mizorowski NL Rookie of the
boy.
Year card or ticket. I might as well
Burn
rip that
that.
one up.
Oh.
Yeah, light that one on fire. Cowboys under 7.5 at plus 135.
Love it. Good snipe. All right, yeah. So I'll now go into the division that we all probably care about the most, the NFC North. Homer pick. I got the Packers winning it. Packer fan, but I do think the Packers are taking a step up, especially getting Micah Parsons. I got the Lions in second, the Bears in third, and the Vikings in fourth. With that, though, I also want to throw out there the Lions under 10.5 wins. Not trying to be a hater, but if you look at Detroit's schedule, okay, like I was talking about earlier with the way scheduling works, by them finishing first in the division, they have to play all the other number one teams in the divisions. And then the NFC North is also playing the what are we playing this year? It's the AFC North. So that's Pittsburgh, Baltimore, right? And then we're also playing the NFC East, which is maybe a little bit more of a cupcake with
Top
the boys
division,
and the
top
Giants.
division.
But back to this Lions schedule, okay? They open up the season at Green Bay. And they go to Chicago and they have an easy game. But then basically what I'm trying to say is they have their bye week 8, and 5 of those games before their week 8 bye, so 5 out of those 7 games is at Green Bay, at Baltimore, at Cincinnati, at Kansas City, and home against Tampa Bay.
You can
That is
certainly
a
see the case for it.
That is
Yeah.
a gauntlet.
No, it's
So their win total is 10.5, right? So even if they go 3-4 to start that gauntlet, um, which they could. I mean, you could talk me into 3 wins for the Lions, obviously there, but they would have to go 8-3 after their bye to hit that total. Which again, they went 15-2 last year. Obviously, they know how to win games, but you have 2 new coordinators, so the people who are calling the plays on the offense and defensive side. They lost their center and their guard from their offensive line last year. That was so great. And
Yeah.
then obviously by finishing first in their division, they have the third hardest strength of schedule this year. I mean, there's just I'm not trying to be a hater, but I think the Lions regress this year. So I'm taking the under 10.5 wins. It's a little juiced at -130 right now. But I think the Lions are going to finish at like 10-7, 9-8. I don't think they're going to be terrible. But I don't think they get to 11 wins.
I actually had Detroit winning the division, and I had Packers coming up number 2, and then Vikings, and then Bears. Um, I don't know. Obviously, I'm a homer for the Packers. Uh, I wouldn't bet on their season win total because it's just not enticing enough. Like their over wins is at 10.5 for +105. I think the Packers could get to like 11, 12, maybe 13 wins. If like you're feeling really frothy, maybe, if they come out of the gate fucking swinging hard and just winning games. My one concern is they have their bye week so early this year that I feel like as the season drags on, it's just going to be really, really tough for the Packers to continue to stack wins. Is what they have their bye week on like what, week 6 or something like that. It's like ridiculously early for the Packers to have like a bye week. So I don't know. No, they have their bye week 5. Okay.
Yeah. It's about like worst case scenario, about as early as you can have it.
Yeah. So like I don't know. It's gonna be tough for them to stack wins. Getting their over at +10.5 is fine. You get your money back and then a little bit. Going to 11.5, that's where I start drawing the line. I'm like, okay, like I know we got Micah Parsons and Jordan Love, outside candidate for MVP, which I will bring up later. I don't know, Sean. What do you think? Good talk.
So I have the sorry, I needed to use the facilities. I got the not Giants, got that on the brain. I have the Lions going a humble 14-3,
Same.
followed by the Packers 11-6.
Okay.
You can call it a slightly aggressive. I completely understand. I just think that these guys are going to be coming out fucking pissed that they got embarrassed by the Skins in the divisional game. So I think that Campbell is. It's remarkable because I thought he was a fucking boob coming into his coaching career with just a meathead hype attitude, but he has proven he's a good coach. He's surrounded himself with good coaches. Obviously, he lost his 2 key coordinators, but he's given us no real he knew how to pick those guys. He's given us no reason that he can't surround himself with solid talent in general. I think that like that Eagles game at Eagles, at Bengals, at Chiefs, those are all going to be tough. At Ravens, but I think that they'll probably go 2-2 on that stretch at some way somehow. I think they should probably find a way. Some of those games against the division are going to be a battle, like the Packers on Thanksgiving and Packers to open the week or open the year. That's going to be interesting. But if you're able to split those, I see a path that they could come out with the best record in the NFC. Now they've shown Detroit is not necessarily home field advantage. That crowd can get turned and you can still get blown out. But I think it'll be close overall.
What do you have the
Packers
Vikings
I got coming in at.
Sorry.
We'll talk about that in a second. No, you're good. I got the Packers going 11-6, and this was before the Micah Parsons trade, so you might be able to bump them up a win. I could be convinced. I still think that I calculated into the predictions that we split against the Lions. So I think 11-6 is somewhere in that ballpark. I think Jordan Love is. I think we're going to see a lot more of what we saw 2 years ago compared to what we saw a lot last year with him. Because I'm convinced he was I think he was hurt the majority of that season. I mean, when you get one of those kind of ligament injuries, that doesn't, and you're battling week in and week out, it doesn't give the knee the proper time to heal. He's had a whole off season. I think we're going to be fine there at quarterback. Do I love your 20 to 1 MVP odds? Not necessarily, because I don't know. I think he doesn't make all the right decisions all the time, but I think Golden by the end of the year is going to reveal himself as a true number one wide receiver. That's why I bet his season over yards at like 700 and 701 or something like that. I think that's just a no-brainer. That's gonna be a fun one to watch throughout the year. But I then have the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears through tiebreakers, both at 4-13. I think both these teams are going to be fucking terrible. I am not a JJ McCarthy believer. I think, unfortunately, I love Aaron Jones as as the running back. He's in my fantasy football team. Love him, but unfortunately, the dude's been relatively healthy the last few years. I think he's going to miss some time this year. Can't stay that healthy, and when he's off the field, the Vikings, sure, they got Jay Jettis. He's obviously a stud. He's one of the best, if not the best wide receiver in the league, depending on the week. But I don't trust McCarthy. I didn't like him necessarily at Michigan, but the team around him was better. I don't think that the Vikings have an all that good team. The Bears, I mean, they probably won the offseason again for the 7th year in a row, with maybe one division title to show for it in those 7-8 years. And I think Caleb Williams can probably paint 4, maybe 5 W's on his fingers this year. I think he'll be fine there. But they got offensive line help too. But I think Caleb Williams, he holds onto the football. Did I love him at SC, and did I hate him when the second that he joined the Bears? Absolutely, because that's how I am as a Packer diehard fan. But would I have loved to see him go anywhere else? 100%. Do I think that he's not the best at quarterback? Yeah.
Yeah, I think Caleb Williams is dog shit. And he's going to be a backup in like 4 years. But going back to the Vikings record dude, I have the Vikings going 9-8 and the Bears at 6-11. Sean, are you going to bet on the Vikings under? You had them going, 4 wins?
Yeah, I got them at 4, but
dude, bet the under if you believe in it, dude. If you 7.5,
I don't believe in it strong enough to do that.
Even
but
8.5,
will I be fading them week to week, which we're going to be previewing?
Dude, 8.5 for the Vikings, probably. Sean, is plus 125. Betting the under.
I think I'm good. I think I'm good just fading them throughout the season. I can pick and choose because this team could be good. It could. Aaron Jones could stay healthy. Jay Jettis could go the fuck off, which he's prone to do. The thing, I like Justin Jefferson, so I don't. And Addison's suspended the first few games, right?
Yeah, Addison's suspended. Yes. I think for 4 games.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go over the division winners. I'll go first. So I have the Ravens winning theirs, Chiefs winning theirs. I have the Texans winning theirs, Bills winning theirs. I have the Vikings winning theirs, Eagles winning theirs, Niners winning theirs, and Bucks winning theirs.
All right, I'll go. I got the Bills winning theirs, Ravens AFC North, Jags, cue the cat sound, AFC South, Chiefs, AFC West, Eagles, NFC East, Lions, NFC North, Bucks, NFC South, and the Rams, NFC West.
I didn't write mine down, so I might be going back on myself here. I'm just gonna run through them again. AFC East, love the Bills. AFC North, give me the Ravens, obviously. The South, the Jags. AFC West, gotta go the Chiefs. On the NFC side, NFC East, the Eagles, gonna repeat. NFC North, give me the Packers. I'm the homer, I know. NFC South, Buccaneers, and then in the West, I got the Niners. Getting back to their glory there. While we're here, we did all the division winners there. What's your boys' Super Bowl predictions?
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Oh, I can run down mine, but just beforehand, so I'll let Nick think about this. So we got a couple different ways if you're still able to. Doubtful now because if you're listening to this, one, why? Two, um, two for the division winners. If I can interest you boys in a BBL parlay of the Bills, Bucks, and Lions to win the division at plus 592, or if that's not your thing, and I interest you in the BBC parlay, a little bit safer, of Bills, Bucks, and Chiefs at plus 346.
Dude, I actually really like BBC, so I might be on that train with you.
That's what I'm saying.
Kind of like that. Okay,
Yeah.
now you're gonna see my true homer colors here. I just ran through the playoff predictions here.
Well, this ought to be good.
Ravens, Packers.
And who's winning it all?
Obviously, the Packers are gonna win it all. Okay, so this is where my Jordan Love MVP vote comes into play. I don't think MVP isn't just like off of stats. As we saw like last year off of Josh Allen, right? Josh Allen didn't have the greatest stats in the world. Like fucking Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson specifically had better stats than Josh Allen. But Josh Allen carried his team, and he got them to a very, very good record last year with minimal offensive help. Now, I think Jordan Love is going to really solidify himself this year with the amount of help that he has on both offense and on defense. Last year, I think it was like, over 40% of third downs that we didn't convert were because of wide receiver errors. With having a new toy on offense, with Matthew Golden, and hoping that the wide receivers learn how to catch this year, that's going to keep the offense on the field more, allowing the offense to score more, and allowing Jordan Love to put up bigger numbers while having a better just overall defense. So I truly think, like, I don't think I'm betting on Jordan Love to win MVP. Right now, his odds went down again. Holy shit. I got his odds at plus 2,500. Now he has the sixth best odds in the league at plus 1,600. When I checked earlier today, they were at plus 2,000. So they're just, Vegas is loving Jordan Love. I don't know if I'd bet on him at plus 1,600 anymore. I liked him when he was a little bit more of an outside shot. Like I said, I got him at plus 2,500. I don't know about 1,600. So I'm not going to tell you guys to bet Jordan Love, but I like Jordan Love.
Now, I don't believe this, but is there any concern that we see year 3 Love starter is what we saw, or year 2 Love starting is what we're going to get for year 3? Knee injury and all, are we concerned about that?
Nah. I'm not concerned.
I figured I was going to say.
I'm not concerned with Jordan Love's, like, by the end of the season, Jordan Love looked fine, right? Like, he looked fine-ish, like, going into the Eagles game. He was able to run, being able to do all this shit. I mean, obviously the Eagles smothered him, but I would also argue Jordan Love did the best against the Eagles than any other quarterback in the playoffs. That's including Patrick Mahomes, who arguably had the worst Super Bowl performance of all time.
I would also agree.
So if people want to dog on Jordan Love for playing like shit against the Eagles, well, let's look at the Golden Boy Patrick Mahomes, who did way worse against the same exact team. So I don't know. Brogan, what do you think?
So for anybody listening at home, which there is nobody, but yes, a question about who's going to win the Super Bowl did turn into Jordan Love for MVP.
Yes!
That's what you get when you have 3 Packer fans talking about the NFL, I guess. So, just to recap, Nick had the Packers beating the Ravens in the Super Bowl. My Super Bowl is maybe a little bit more wild. I don't like going chalk, so I am going to say it's going to be Bills Niners, and I actually do have the Bills pulling it out. Why Niners out of the NFC? I do think they're going to have a rebound this year. I do believe in Brock Purdy. CMC stays healthy. And I love Kyle Shanahan as a coach. And the other side of the NFC, love the Packers too, obviously, but the Packers can't beat the Niners in the playoffs. So that knocks us out. I don't know. The Eagles, if you make Hurts throw the ball, you can beat him. I know that's asking a lot with his rushing ability and Saquon, but anyways, yeah, I love the Niners this year, and but I love the Bills more. I think Bills over Niners.
But Brogan,
Sean,
the way I have the NFC
All right.
set up, hold up really quick. The Packers don't even play the Niners. It's the Commanders that play the Niners, and the Commanders beat the Niners. So the whole
it's possible.
so
It's
we don't even
possible.
have to touch the Niners, okay?
That's possible.
Oh yeah, I'll be
Ron?
talking about that in a second here. So I'll just go through my whole wild card divisional championship Super Bowl because we got